Now, I personally believe, I know this is going to be hard for you to grasp, but if God was calling everyone right now, the world would be a different place, don't you think? First of all, there'd be no occupational ministry. Occupational ministry is where you get paid to preach. Now, obviously, when your paycheck depends on appeasing the people sitting in front of you, I mean, occupational ministry has rendered the gospel neutered. You got to tell them what they want to hear. You got to tell them they're heaven bound, you're okay, you're saved, you're sanctified, and you're going to heaven, and it really doesn't matter how it doesn't matter how you live your life, you're saved. Okay? That's occupational ministry. And it has rendered the gospel neutered. Okay. I mean, really, think about this. Is the best God can do to save the world Kenneth Copeland and Benny Hinn? Is that the best God can? Is God up in heaven, the creator of the universe? Is he up in heaven saying, oh, I know I created the universe and heaven and everything, but the best I can do to get the world saved is my servants. Joking, I'm just kidding. Believe me, I'm just kidding. The best I can do is Kenneth Copeland and Benny Hinn. That's pathetic, okay? Our government would be different if God were calling everyone to repentance. There wouldn't be the corruption, the evil, the deception. Listen, our Assistant Secretary of Health is a fat, overgrown, ugly man that thinks he's a woman. He's over health, okay? Imagine yourself in the hospital and having that thing looking over your bedside. I mean, they bring you in on a stretcher and you run home. If God were calling everyone, there wouldn't be all the Eastern religion, Hinduism, Buddhism, Africa, voodoo. Their religion is voodoo, and there wouldn't be all. There are more than 45,000 Christian denominations globally. And they all are bickering and arguing, and none of them can agree on anything. You wouldn't have all that if God was desperately calling everyone to repentance today. Just look at your world around you. Do you think God is calling everyone to repentance today? When people don't even know what sin is, the definition of sin? 1 John 3:4, sin is the breaking of God's law. When half the people in church don't even know that. But let me tell you what I think God is doing. He's giving mankind enough rope to hang himself. To hang ourselves. I hate to admit that, but I mean, God has never stopped a war, has he? Now, I believe that God has intervened in wars to direct history the way he wants it to go. Okay, I believe that. I believe there were certain weather patterns set up by God that prevented the enemy from attacking. I believe certain decisions that Hitler made, World War II and all that. I believe at times he's done things, but he's never stopped a war from happening. He's never stopped a couple in the back seat of the car getting ready to make love to bring an unwanted, not loved, not cared for child into the world. Imagine if God did intervene. Imagine if God put super glue on the guy's pants, zipper, and on her zipper. And they're in the back seat of the car trying to rip their pants off and they can't get their clothes off. God's never stopped a smoker from smoking 5 packs of cigarettes a day. That maybe, God forbid, will cause lung cancer, emphysema, but he's never blown out the cigarette every time you try to fire it up. And it's just, listen, God will never take away our free will. You see, we make bad choices called sin. And then we suffer the consequences of those sins. And then we blame God because we're suffering. Sort of ironic, is it not?
Check us out on the web at isthatreallyinthebible.com.